The Human Impact on Coral Reefs by Heinrich Scheer. Coral reef destruction. Coral reef destruction is the degradation of the quality of the ocean's coral reefs. Coral reefs are like any living organism. They can get sick and die, just like any other animal or plant. What is damaging coral reefs? Illegal fishing techniques involving poison or dynamite, pollution, careless tourism, earthquakes, hurricanes, climate change, sedimentation from construction, mining, and farming along coastal areas, and people collecting coral and fish to sell. Worldwide coral reef damage. According to the World Resources Institute, 75% of the world's corals are at risk. About a quarter of them have already been damaged too far to regenerate. All over the world, coral reefs are being damaged. The 5 most endangered reefs are the Seychelles coral reef. The Seychelles lost up to 90% of its coral reefs after a large bleaching event in 1998. In 2016, the coral reef was hurt even more by bleaching. Kingman Reef in Hawaii. The Kingman Reef is important because threatened sea turtles nest and breed there. Great Barrier Reef. Since 1995, Australia's Great Barrier Reef has lost more than 50% of its corals. The Caribbean coral reefs. Nearly 2/3 of the coral reefs in the Caribbean are damaged by human activities. Southeast Asian coral reefs. Overfishing, destructive fishing practices, and sedimentation from pollution from land-based sources have destroyed 88% of Southeast Asia's coral reefs. How long has the damage been happening? No one knows when it started, but it's gone on for at least the past 50 years. We have put pressure on coral reef environments by altering their waters and tearing up their foundations. From dynamite fishing to global warming, we are rapidly destroying the world's reefs. Researchers found that bleaching events have increased from 1 every 25 to 30 years in the early 1980s to 1 every 6 years since 2010. While coral reefs can recover from bleaching if given 10 to 15 years, the increasing amount of bleaching events means that many reefs may never be able to recover from bleaching again. Coral reef impacts people, land, and animals. Coral reefs provide us with food, building materials, limestone, and new medicines. More than half of new cancer drug research is focused on marine organisms. Reefs offer shoreline protection and maintain water quality, as they draw in tourists, sometimes providing up to 80% of a country's total income. Losing the coral reefs would have many bad social and economic impacts on many countries, especially small island nations like Haiti, Fiji, Indonesia, and the Philippines that depend on coral reefs for life. Coral reef damage harms the environment. As the coral reefs die, coastlines will become more vulnerable to damage from storms, hurricanes, and cyclones. They act as natural barriers to shorelines, protecting them from the effects of the water. Without coral reefs, the ocean will not be able to take in as much carbon dioxide, leaving more CO2 in the air. Coral reefs help seed the ocean and provide shelter and food for many organisms. This complex food web leads all the way up to man. Damage to coral reefs will impact the food supply of the ocean. And by the way, be sure to check out the Kahoot in the link below this video. Thank you for your time.